Black Light, Cyberspace Ministry, the Aboriginal Universal Supreme Conscious Council of the Elders. I'd like to thank all my subscribers and viewers. If you stop by this way in the cyberspace jungle of YouTube, I appreciate your interest in what I have to say. I lost a subscriber, but win some, lose some, But I thought I was gonna be in a hibernation, trying to refill my inspirational, inspirational. How can I say this? My inspirational, trying to refill my inspirational emptiness. So I thought I was empty, put it like that, but I just had to adjust my thoughts, readjust my thoughts, and I'm back and inspired, and I be dropping seeds, and I see they taking effect, indirectly, because when the universe sow seeds, it's not just, don't just land among one person. It's spread throughout fertile ground. And so, but I'm just expressing it in a different way, than most. So what I was inspired to say was that I see that it's a concentrated effort to scramble the signals. In other words, it's another way to divide and conquer on YouTube, because what I had thought was a good way to show black people in a positive light was the conscious community will unite with the spiritual community, and because we all are being misused, even the Caucasian. There are those in the Caucasian community are being misused also, but the difference is that they can see us coming because of our hue, our melanin dominance, and Willie Lynch, I thought everybody was hip to the Willie Lynch syndrome and the Willie Lynch doctrines. So what I'm going to attempt to do in the series is to point out not only strategies, but to point out the righteous road to take. See, one thing that's separating the conscious community and the spiritual community is morality. Not saying that the spiritual community is more moral than the conscious community, but we talking about black, black people now, the original man, and we call ourselves the gods, Now, some of us, it's evident that a lot of us have sold out. You know, they're going for self, and uh, they they are convinced that Caucasians and black people are the same. They're convinced of that. You know, they're convinced that Caucasians don't see color. They're convinced of that. Now, what's happening is that the brothers, you know, they going way back in history, staying way back there, arguing different points in time, you know. But it's my belief that, or knowledge to know that all of them are right, you know. But it just depends on what time frame they're talking in. They try to put everything in a certain time frame. But when I was reading the book Drusilla Dunjee, the Ancient Kushite Empire by Drusilla Dundee Houston, she puts everything in perspective. You know, with that book, that's a very valuable book to read. I don't have it close on hand right now, but give me a second, I'll go and get it. Now, this book right here, The Wonderful Ethiopian of the Ancient Kushite Empire by Drusilla Dundee Houston, is a very important book. Also, equally as important is The Theology of Time. As you see, that's an atom right there exploding, see? And it's some deep wisdom. And this book right here, they go hand in hand to me. So this is how we're going to break it down. We're going to break it down like this. First, we're going to start off with referencing the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I'm just focusing on Elijah Muhammad, not Mr. Farrakhan, not Malcolm, not none of the other ministers that's in the Nation of Islam or out the Nation of Islam. I'm just focusing on the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. What he brought to the table, or to the black man, is that we are the original man. Now, what he said was, he equated the original man with Allah, God. And he wasn't talking about, acting all godly, or what you think is God, like making things, you could wave your hand and it disappear, magical stuff like that, or you could, bring, put a lightning bolt on somebody and kill them. He wasn't saying that's God, See, the concept of God only means power and force, And now when you break down power and force, you could have many connotations, different connotations in the power and force, It wasn't about male and female, because he was saying that the male and the female are really one, and that make up man. And then he also outlined that man, the earliest terminology or term for man was, or the definition for man was mind. So with that, we're gonna set up what's going on right now. We setting up a foundation for what's going on right now. See, the Caucasian knows that the system of Islam is really not a religion. It's a way of life. It is life, really. Islam is life. Simply put, to bow down to the will of Allah, or the laws that Allah manifested and that even Allah follows. And so laws or will, they are interchangeable. Will and laws, when it comes down to what we're talking about, the universe follows a certain procedure or a certain way of doing things, and that way, the way it does it is by the will of a supreme conscious mind, and it manifests itself in the form of a black man, of a well-made man. And a well-made man means one that is self-contained and got everything he need, to be a being in reality, So that's the black man, the first man on the planet, the Asiatic black man. Born Mastermind Allah got a wonderful video out he did with Sinetta that's well put together, or well presented, put it like that. So we're going to shut this one down and come back with another one. And stay tuned for this series. And we're going to entitle this the knowledge of self. The knowledge of self. Black light out.